This video is about calculation of angle of prism using spectrometer but in virtual labs. This video has basically two parts. First we will be discussing about basics of spectrometer and how to read it, and then we will be going to the simulator, that is the virtual interface, and we will see how it is practically done. So let us begin. This is a basic spectrometer setup. Spectrometer is an optical instrument which is used for observing spectra of different sources. Generally we use sodium source, mercury source, etc. in our lab experiments. So angle of prism measurement is the first step in doing any advanced experiment related to spectrometer with the use of prism. So if we have a prism and white light is passing through it, then dispersion of light happens and we get spectrum of light on the other end. So the main job of prism is to divide the light into its constituent colors. So if we have a sodium vapor lamp, then it has only yellow light, so you will see only yellow color. If you have a mercury lamp, in that case you will see spectrum of colors. Grating is having higher resolving power with respect to this. So spectrometer can be used with either prism or with grating. So it consists of a tube which we call a collimator. So as the word collimator means to collect, it collects light and convert it into a parallel wavefront, which then reaches to the prism. So in this case prism is set in such a way that base is perpendicular to the incoming beam of light. So instead of refraction, reflection is happening from the two edges, and the reflection can be observed from the telescope. So this is the same telescope which is now in T1 position and then in T2. So we have a table which is fitted with two vernier scales which are 180 degree opposite to each other. So we can call it V1 and V2. So this prism table can rotate, and also the vernier table can rotate on which this prism is placed, and then telescope is moved in order to observe the required image of a slit. So in front of collimator there is a slit of variable width. Slit is defined as a narrow and fine and straight opening for light. So here there is a screw mounted along with it, using which we can vary the slit width. As source enters into this slit, it forms a parallel wavefront because of the arrangement inside the collimator and reaches to the prism table. Telescope magnifies the image of the slit and collects the parallel wavefront for light. So telescope must be adjusted to the parallel incoming wavefront. So for that, the first step in doing any experiment with spectrometer is that we need to adjust the telescope for incoming parallel wavefront. So for that, prism is removed and we try to see the farthest object out of the window, maybe a tree or a building, the farthest that you can see, and then using this adjustable arrangement you move this screw so as to get the sharp image of the farthest object that you see, which is located at infinite distance. That is how you adjust the telescope for incoming parallel wavefront of light. This is called as distant object focusing method, or we can say distant object focus. Another method is Schuster's method, which is a little complicated in that it will require another video alone on this topic, so maybe we can discuss it some other time. About the experiment, so as you see here, the light is incident in such a way that it is not becoming parallel to base, so it is not going to give you a spectra even if there is white source of light. So light will be instead reflected from these two edges and can be seen through telescope when it is either in T1 position or in T2 position. So in general, angle of prism is 60. So if we measure T1 and T2 positions, then the difference between the two positions will give us 120 degrees. But we cannot be always sure that the prism, even if it looks equilateral, it is 60 degree only. So the starting step for doing prism experiment is starting with measurement of angle of prism. Now before doing the experiment, this is one instrument, so we need to know its least count. So our next job is to find out least count of this spectrometer. So first we will use a common equation, that is, you must have used it previously for vernier caliper, screw gauge and so on. So the least count of instrument means that the minimum value that can be read using the instrument. Now here you see that spectrometer is rotating in a circular fashion. So obviously the measurements are done in degrees. So the least count is given by, so this equation or this formula is common for any instrument. So least count is given by 1 main scale division divided by number of divisions on vernier scale. Or if you talk about screw gauge, then you say that number of divisions on circular scale. So let us have a look at few examples. Let us calculate least count for this spectrometer. So here first we need to calculate what is the least count of main scale division, that is the value of one main scale division. So here you can see that between 290 and 300 there are only 10 divisions. So the value of one main scale division is 1 degree. Also here we need to remember the conversion that 1 degree equals 60 minutes and 1 minute equals 60 seconds. So this is how we denote minutes and seconds. There are advanced level spectrometers which also have least count going in seconds. So let us calculate for this one. Least count LC equals 1 main scale division is 1 degree divided by number of divisions on vernier scale is, this is vernier 0, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. This particular spectrometer has 12 division on vernier scale. Number of divisions on vernier scale is 12 and 1 degree is 60 minutes, so we can rewrite it as 60 by 12. That means its least count is 5 minutes. So our total reading we write as, let us write here only, the total reading is given by main scale reading plus vernier scale reading multiplied to least count. Let us apply that here. Main scale reading is which is crossed by vernier 0. So it has definitely crossed this one but not this one. So that would be 288 degrees plus coinciding division here is, so our coinciding division here is this one. So that is the 10th division. So 10 multiplied to 5 minutes. So our reading will be 288 degree and 50 minutes. So actually if you see, that is why here 30 and 60 is written. So this is 40, 50. So our coinciding division is this one. So you can directly write 50 minutes. Let us see one more example. This is little complicated one. Again, first we need to calculate the least count. 1 MSG, 1 main scale division. Here if you see, there are 20 divisions between 310 and 320. 10 here and 10 here. So the reading value for least count of main scale reading would be half a degree. So 0.5 degree divided by, there are 30 divisions on vernier scale, so 30 we can rewrite this as 0.5 degree means 30 minutes divided by 30. So our least count would be 1 minute. That, if you can see, it is already depicted here. We will be performing this virtual experiment on IITB virtual labs, or you can also type IITB virtual lab physical sciences. I will be giving the direct link to the experiment in the description box. So virtual labs, and we are directly in physical sciences discipline. Here we are going to scroll down and go to virtual optics lab. We reach the home page of Amrita University, and now here many experiments are listed, but today we are going to see angle of prism using spectrometer. All the relevant theory is given that we have already discussed. We will directly go to the simulator. I have already created my account. If you have not, then it will ask for a registration, which you can do with using any Gmail ID, and then you can proceed. Here on the right hand side top corner you can see it's for making it full screen. So the first step is focusing of telescope. So that can be done using this red slider. As I am focusing, you can see that the image of the tree that is seen in the telescope is getting sharper. Once it becomes sharp enough, you will see that the lower button start is also now active. The time it is in defocused mode, start button is inactive. So just make the image sharp enough and click on start. So we have reached to the interface for this experiment. First we need to switch on light. We need to focus the slit. So slit focus is one variable. So you can see the slit here is now focused. Second is the slit width. We don't want to keep it too wide, but little more than what it was before. Let us refocus the slit. Wider the slit, poor is the focusing. So when we do experiment in lab also, we always go by the thumb rule that a slit should be narrow, straight and equally illuminated throughout its length. That means it should not happen that your source of light is only visible in half part of the slit. The next task is to place the prism. So click. Once you place the prism, for obvious reasons you will not see any light here, because now light will be reflected from these two edges. So now you can change the angle. So here two kind of variable you have. One is change angle and other is fine angle. So here we have a liberty to rotate telescope, and secondly the vernier table. Fine angle for the same telescope as well as vernier table. Change angle means you are changing the angle by coarse values, so its least count is much large, whereas fine adjustment means you are not going from one end to other end, but in the vicinity of one reading you are doing the fine adjustment. Let us see how it works. So when you bring your mouse pointer over the telescope, your pointer will turn into a hand. That's when you can left click and drag it as I keep on going left and left. So somewhere here I can see. So now I can also do the same by rotating the telescope. So you can see that when I am rotating this, that red pointer for telescope as well as the value is already changing, and also the corresponding change is visible in up and down verniers. This is vernier 1, this is vernier 2, and both are 180 degree opposite to each other. So that is the difference between their readings. So this is our observation table where you need to write these readings. So we will be taking these readings for 5 number of times. So for the first set of reading, when your spectrometer reading for position of telescope, so T1 being one position and T2 being another, so for each position of telescope you will get you will get two readings from spectrometer. Okay, before doing that we need to know the least count of the spectrometer. So as we have already done in previous two examples, so now we can quickly do it. Our one main scale division is 0.5 degrees, that is 30 minutes, and number of divisions on vernier scale is 30, so its least count is 1 minute. When we keep the prism, the base of the prism must be perpendicular to the incoming light. So that we can check in a real setup, we make sure that our slit is visible on both sides or not. So let us see that here also. Yes, it's visible. So let us do this side first. So in this position, let us read the scale. It is exactly at the center. As you can see that 0 has crossed this value. So if this is 60, 59, 58. So it has crossed 58 but not crossed 58.5. So the another way to make a judgment about vernier division is look at where is 0 located in between the two main scale divisions. If it is exactly midway, that means your vernier division will also be somewhere midway on this scale. How much extra 0 has travelled or how much 0 is displaced from this main scale is being actually measured by vernier. You are getting my point? So here, if 0 is in the middle, it will come around 15th division. If 0 is close to this division, then it will come between 0 to 10. If it is, this 0 is now very close to this but has not crossed this division, then we will say that it is towards the in between, let's say 20 to 30. So this helps us in making judgment about the vernier division. You get a rough idea. So here it should be around 15. So let's see if our estimate is correct or not. So here you will see that right now it is left. So now as you keep on going farther, they will start to fall in line and then again start to deviate. So if I see over here, this is 12, 14, 16. 16th division is the coinciding division over here. So we will write this value as, this is my first reading, T1 position is 58 degree and its least count is 1 minute. So whatever we write multiplied to 1. So 58 degree and 16 minutes. This is our scale 1. Scale 2 and second value is, let us go there. Now because we know our first reading 58, so from here we also know that second value must be 58 plus 180. So our value is 238. So 238 degrees, and here if you see it is rather close to the main scale reading. So it will not even go till 15th division. So let us check. This is left shifted, this is right shifted. So here this one. So 5, 0, 2, 4, 5. So 238 degrees and 5 minutes. This is our T1 position. Now we need to take it for T2 position. So T2 position would be, now we need to drag this to that corner. When you reach here, that time you should be using keyboard. So now we are looking at the T2 position. Let us read the scale. Remember that once you assume that this is your vernier 1, do not interchange it later. So let us take the next reading. Here 0 has crossed 298. So our main scale reading is 298 degrees. And again it is almost in the center to these two. So let us look around 15th. So 12, 14, 15 and 16, I guess again. 16 minutes. It's an ideal virtual spectrometer. Otherwise, in practice, this will not happen. Your minutes values will always vary. Let us read now second vernier. Second vernier is again 118 degree, and for minutes it's little left to the center. So here if I see, these are left shifted, these are right shifted. So the one making sense is this one. So 14th division. So now let us calculate it for one set. So this is the data that I have written. Now we need to subtract T1 minus T2. For if this is base of the prism, we got one reflection from here, other reflection from here, and what we measured is actually this twice of A. So this is T1, this is T2, and T1 gave us vernier 1 reading, vernier 2 reading, and similarly we got 1 and 2 reading for telescope position T2. So in order to calculate the difference, we have to subtract first vernier of T1 from first vernier of T2. So let us do that. So we will have to do T1 minus T2 and T1 minus T2. But here is a problem. This angle is small, this is large. Here this is large, this is small. So sometimes what you people do this minus this and this minus this. That will become wrong. Here what has happened is, you have completed a circle. So at 298 it was T2 position. So if at this position 1 was reading 298, and then again when you go beyond, you have completed 360 and gone beyond it to 58. That means here we will have to add 360 to it, and let us rewrite this as, let me erase this. So 360 plus 58, it will become 418. Instead of 58, I will write 418 degrees and 16 minutes. So now we can do the calculation. So here now this minus this, let's calculate 0 minute, and for degrees 0 to 120 degree, and for the second one it is coming out to be, so here also you have 5. So we will take a carry. For that we can rewrite this as, from this 1 degree take out 60 minutes, so it will become 237 degree and 65 minutes. Now we can subtract from here 180 degree and 14 minutes. Now let us calculate. So 1, 5, and this will be 9, and 119 degrees 51 minute. So now in order to calculate the mean A from this set, this plus this divided by 2, so let us calculate. Till now keep it in minutes only. So our answer is coming out to be 119 degrees and 41 minutes. This is 2A. So now from here A would be simply divide it by 2 again, so it will be 59 degrees and 51 minutes. This is for one set. You have to do same calculation 5 times and then calculate the mean. In the table we are calling this angle of prism as alpha instead of capital A. That's the same thing. So that's it for today. Thank you.